Hi, my name's Allie. I'm an advertising major at the University of West Florida. Advertising is something that I've always loved to do. I remember when I was little, I used to make little videos for my parents out of this little small camera, and I would actually make commercials in between each of the little episodes that I used to do. So that's something I've always been interested in. When I started high school, my freshman year, I worked at a local TV station in Panama City, and I loved it. I was a production assistant. I ran cameras, audio tapes, teleprompter for the live evening news, and it really sparked my interest. That's how I started in the advertising field. I made a lot of connections. I met a lot of people through going out to different events and interviewing people at those events. So that's really how it started. Also during high school, I was very involved on campus. I did a lot of different clubs. I was president of art club. I did Key Club, Anchor Club. I was in Wave TV. I was the anchor for our morning announcements. Right now at West Florida, I'm taking a bunch of advertising classes. I'm taking my 4 main classes right now. There's one class called Professional Publication Design, where we go in and we learn the Adobe software. We learn Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and they teach us mostly the basics of the program. There's a lot of things that I didn't know about Photoshop that I thought I knew, but they teach you just the basics, and they teach you how to create an ad and how to create newsletters and magazine ads. Besides all the classes that you take during college, I definitely think it's important to get involved outside of school. I did an internship with a company called Via Media Productions. It was with a cable company where we would go out and meet the owners and managers of different businesses and see if they wanted to do cable advertising, and most of them were pretty interested, and I actually got to direct and produce different commercials and get a lot of experience doing that. And even if it's just something local within wherever you live, I think you should definitely try and just get some kind of internship, and eventually it could even be a job. My favorite part of this major is definitely the creative aspect. When I worked at the local news station, it was more black and white, hard news, and I decided that's not really what I wanted to do. I figured that I really like art, and I really like creating different ideas, and I like looking at the outside of the box. So I definitely think that's my favorite part, is getting to come up with different ideas for different commercials. The hardest part about this major is deadlines. Sometimes in some of my classes they give you a project on Tuesday and it's due on Thursday, and it's creating like 3 or 4 ads at one time, or and along with it is like creative briefs, which is like a 2-page research paper of how you created the ad, and that's really common within a lot of advertising agencies. Advertising is a major a lot of people haven't really heard of, and they're not really sure what exactly is all involved in it. I found out through working with the advertising agency that there are so many different parts within the agency, different jobs you can do. A job I really would love to do is become an art director, and it's where the company brainstorms an idea for a commercial or an ad, and they come to you and say, this is what we want, and you create it. You come up with the idea, and then you present it to them, and you say, this is what I came up with, and it's really just the creative art direction. There's also, like in the advertising media department, which is more math. It's more coming up with numbers, how big the ad is, how all the dimensions, and also the financial part, how much the ad's going to cost for the company, things like that. There's also a media planner, which you could create creative briefs for the company, which is where you state exactly what the ad is going to have and exactly what's involved within the entire commercial, and you give it out to the whole company. Something I wish I would have done while in high school is get involved in different clubs, and if there's any type of event coming up that they need to promote to the school or even around the community, I wish I would have created different ads for them. It's cool to see different like posters and signs outside of campus and, point to it and say, that's what I created. It was something, funny that everyone's talking about. I definitely think that if you're looking for a job within the communications field, you should definitely check out advertising. There's a lot of different jobs that a lot of people don't know about. Even just Google all the jobs within the advertising department and take an advertising class, see, what it's all about. Well, good luck on choosing a major, and I hope that advertising is something that you look into, and definitely do your research before you pick this major because it is a great major.